Okay, today we're going to be talking about tagging incoming attacks. This means identifying what troops are contained in an incoming attack and marking it. In order to do this, you are going to need a premium account. It's not that expensive, and it supports Tribal Wars, so you should consider having one anyway. You'll also need two scripts. The first is the sort script. This script allows you to sort overviews by any number of things, but for the purpose of this, the important thing is it allows you to sort your incoming attacks by tag ID. The second script you're going to need is the incoming tagger script. There's some renaming capability built into the Tribal Wars Premium, but it's not really sufficient. This script will give you a lot of useful information, and it will also help you rename attacks with the with the village it was sent from and the time that it was sent. And I included links in the description of this video to the forum threads you can get these scripts. I included them directly to the forum threads because sometimes when you copy scripts in other places, the spacing can be thrown off, or certain characters change, which will cause the script not to function. This way you can be sure you'll get a copy that will work. Alright. To use the script, you go into your settings, edit clip bar, add new link, and you just name it, so the sort script is named sort. And then in your target URL, that's where you paste the script. Then you would click OK. I already have the sort script up here and the tagger over here, so I don't need to go through that step. And all you're going to do is you're going to go to your incomings overview page. You can go there by clicking overviews and then incomings, or go over here to the X and click on incomings. Once you're there, you click on sort, and you'll see all these arrows and columns appear. And it's here on the file with the attack ID. You click the up arrow to sort it in ascending order. Basically, every attack in Tribal Wars is assigned a number. Earlier attacks have lower numbers. So now we sort it in order. So the first attack is the attack that was sent earliest. You can see they're not sorted by arrival time. Now you're going to open about 5 attacks in a new window. I'm also going to go down here and open the most recent attack for illustration purposes. It's actually an attack I sent it myself. And then you go to an attack, and you click on tagger. You see a whole bunch of new information appears. So here is sent. Column is how long ago the attack would have had to have been sent to contain each of these units. Basically, you're looking for a time in here that you know is between now and the last time that you were online. So if you were online 6 hours ago, you would know that this was not slower than, wasn't anything slower than a heavy cavalry. In this case, this attack is fairly old. If you're going to do that for each of these, and the reason is you're going to be looking for patterns, because you know that attacks that are to the right can't have been sent any later than attacks to the left. You can see that adds up, and it will say 32, 22, 22. This isn't a super great set of attacks for illustration purposes. I know it's in all of them. Hopefully here you can see it's the attack that was sent more recently, so it's only possible it's a ram or a noble. You would be doing this much sooner to when they had been sent. You can even see that this is a noble. It's an attack I sent to myself. But here, if you click the tag, you see that noble was the only option sent 28 minutes ago. So you would click OK there. And it would rename it to noble and who sent it and at what time. Now, the reason we do it like this is that usually there will be attacks mixed in here that you can clearly identify. because they're slower, much faster than the surrounding attacks. So in order to get a pattern, you'll see what it has to be. In this case, so if for example, one of these attacks were obviously a noble, let's say we knew that this was a noble for some reason. So 12 hours and 41 minutes ago, we would know that attacks to the left couldn't have been sent any sooner than 12 hours and 40 minutes ago, therefore this one would also have to be a noble. Then it wouldn't have to, we know it's not an axe, but we'd still not be able to distinguish here. Usually there'll be giveaway attacks. This is when somebody is faking you, but they're doing it from extreme distance, say 70 or 60 hours. At that point, as long as you log in any time in 14 hours since they sent it, you'll be able to clearly see that it's a ram and not a noble. And those sorts of giveaway attacks would then create this sort of pattern that once you know one attack, you know all of the surrounding attacks. These are all nobles, actually. That's why this is a very bad example, because they're all the same speed. Once you've done that, you're back to your incomings page. I'm going to refresh incomings. Close all the other tabs. Don't need them anymore. Basically you see that they're renamed. And what's useful about this is that, well, so the first thing I want to do is I want to double check that you did in fact sort everything right. What useful this is that if you miss an attack, which isn't impossible, you have all the attacks around it. For example, based on this attack, I could probably mark this one and this one. The closer they are in attack ID number, the closer they are together. I often find that about 1,000 is an hour for attacks, although if there's a tribe heavily attacking your tribe, that's likely to be much different. One thing you can do to help you identify attacks is attack yourself periodically, just so you get the attack ID number for that particular time frame. So if you attack yourself every half an hour, at a distance so you get to keep them, you can track over the course of the war how many attack ID numbers it's going through per hour. And so if you attack yourself, and then a half an hour later it's gone up by 500, and half an hour after that it's gone up by another 500, and you know that about every hour it's 1,000, but if it goes up by 1,000 in a half an hour, you'll know that every 2,000 attack ID numbers is about an hour. And you can use that to go back in time. So if you know, like right now, it's at 11780,687. I could speculate that an hour ago it was at 11779,600. And if I had attacks that were in that range, I could more easily mark them. For example, this one. So this one, for example, is 11775,909, whereas this one is 11780,336. There's about a 4,000 difference. So my estimation is attacks would have been sent about 4 hours apart. So if we open them each in new tabs, which I have up here, you'll see this one, Noble would have been sent 5 hours ago, whereas this one, the Noble would have been sent 53 minutes ago. 5 minus 53, I'm roughly at about 4.5 hours, which matches that 1,000 attacks per hour. You can see that sort of estimation to go back in time can be very useful. Because in this case, if I say, oh, this one's 53 minutes, I can mark it, I go over here, now I know that it has to be about 4 hours. It's probably a Noble. And so with that information, you can do things such as choose to attack yourself periodically, just to track how many attacks there are per hour. Who's in a heavy war situation is probably going to move a lot faster than the usual 1,000 per hour. So by attacking yourself regularly, you can get a sense of how fast it's going and get a much more accurate backwards through time sort of count. You could also just get one person in your tribe to do that. Anyway, that's basically the technique for how you mark your incomings.